Good morning, everyone. Today we're talking with Nathan Eury, who's graduating this weekend from UMW. How are you doing, Nate?
Good. How are you, Susan?
Oh, not bad. Tell us, where are you? And also, if part of the introduction would be, what are your majors and minors? What are you graduating with? What degree?
Okay, so first, I'm in Helena right now, and I'm graduating with a bachelor's degree in modern history and interdisciplinary social sciences.
Okay, that's
So
great.
two
Did you,
degrees.
2 degrees. Okay, so did you have another degree or not?
That was both of them.
Okay, you just happened to get one last year, right? And you're
Yeah.
finishing up another one. So how long have you been attending UMW?
This May will make 5 years.
Wow. Okay. So there are some questions that are going to be unique to you and that are going to talk about, you know, why stay another year and do another year of schooling, and how that is going to reflect on your future. But I want to ask you, how have things been for you since the COVID-19 restrictions took place at the beginning of Block 7?
Um, Pretty difficult. I mean, all of my friends pretty much left town to go into quarantine, so that was tough. But at the same time, the weather started getting warmer, so I was able to get outside more and do enough hiking and walking around to kind of take my mind off things.
Hmm. So you were in Dillon actually until just this last weekend, right?
Yes.
And
Mhm.
so you're maybe even um, changing your environment a little bit is going to help keep your spirits up and
Mhm.
interested in stuff that's going on.
Yep, it's been good to be back home with my pets. So.
Right. So I know you have a Siberian Husky. So what else are you taking care of here?
I've got two black labs, a Siamese cat, and a tortoiseshell cat as well.
Oh,
So,
wow. Okay. Well, that you can't be lonely with that,
yeah.
right?
Nope.
They don't leave you alone, so you get lonely. So, okay. Well, I'm going to ask you some other questions that I think your fellow graduates would like to know about you. So, I know you've made a plan of what you're going to do after graduation. So, how long ago did you decide you knew what you wanted to do?
I don't think I had a definitive answer until probably this semester, but for the past 2 years, I'd been weighing all of my options in terms of just researching different kinds of graduate school programs, looking into the job market to try and find things that would interest me or things that I'd even be considered for
Hmm.
with my current level of knowledge and expertise. And so I just kind of weighed my options and decided grad school would be the best.
Okay. Okay. Um, you said you decided maybe this semester. Um, so what kind of, when you started the process of deciding what you might want to do after graduation, how long ago was that and where did you said you did some research, but just tell me a little bit more about that process. Because you did arrive at a conclusion and we'll talk about that in a second. But I just
Mhm.
want to know, beyond grad school work, all of that kind of thing, just how involved you were, maybe on a weekly or daily basis in reaching that decision.
I put a lot of time into it. There were some weekends where all I did was just sit on my laptop, going through different grad school programs or looking at different jobs. I'm a history major, so obviously something in a history related field appealed to me, either museum work or teaching. Teaching's always been something I'm really big on,
Mm-hmm.
but I'd rather do it at a college level
Mm-hmm.
where we could get more in depth with the material.
Right.
Um, let's see. I knew right off the bat that I wasn't going to have the energy to do a PhD program, so I limited my searching to master's programs because I feel like I have a few years left to knock out a master's degree. I knew I was going to be burned out before I could complete a PhD in a
Right,
time.
right. Yep.
So I kind of lowered the bar, I guess, for myself a little bit.
Well, don't say that. I have a master's degree. I mean, it's sometimes it really is a good, I guess, starting point. A PhD, obviously, yeah, if you did want to teach at university level, that would be great. But the truth is, even with a master's degree, you could teach at a community college level here in
Mhm.
the US. Now, I do know what you've decided to do, so why don't you share with everyone what your decision came to and how that happened?
So what I finally decided to do is accept a history master's program position at the University of Edinburgh in Scotland.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And tell us what you'll be doing and what you need to be doing and when does it start and everything.
Okay. So I got accepted mid-March, so it's been pretty recent that I for sure knew what I was going to be doing. But I guess I had possibly the gift of foresight when I was applying, because they have a history master's program that's strictly in person, and they also have a blended learning one where a lot of the coursework is online, but you still have to go to the university for research, presentations,
Mhm.
conferences, and things like that. And well, I applied to both types of the program, and now that the coronavirus pandemic exploded, it seems like hindsight that I picked the blended learning one, um,
Yeah,
because that's probably the only one that's going to go forward
right.
anytime soon. Um, yeah.
What are you going to be doing when in
Uh,
this program?
So the program's going to start on September 14th, and I'm going to be taking it as a part-time student to just kind of give myself a little more time to decompress and get a grip on the material, because the traditional in-person program is you complete the entire degree in one school year.
Hmm.
And that includes a master's dissertation at the end of it. I didn't think that that would be, I thought I needed more time, especially for the dissertation part.
Hmm.
So doing the program part-time is going to take 2 years as opposed to one.
Okay.
Um, but I will be taking six history seminars, and then that gets rounded off with a dissertation.
Wow, that's great. So yeah, 2 years isn't unusual for a master's program.
Hmm.
And that's what I'm saying, a master's program will give you enough knowledge. And if you have some experience already with that, then you're able to combine the two and really have um, I guess, a sustaining career doing that with the ability to, grow within a position or to maybe attend 2 more years for a PhD program. If you're able to find that they are taking those credits and transferring them to a PhD, that's a possibility. So yeah, it sounds like a great choice for you. And also, it
Hmm.
sounds like you know yourself well enough to know that you would not probably enjoy the coursework as much if you did try to do it all and slam it in 1 year. You know,
Hmm.
that would be really a hectic kind of and yeah, a learning environment. So now then with coronavirus, like you said, probably the blended one is the only one that's going to go. When do you, or let's just talk about what kind of challenges are you going to have getting to Scotland, starting that, and yeah, what do you do now?
See, I was hoping to fly over for kind of an orientation right before classes start in
Mhm.
September. But I think that's kind of up in the air right now until travel regulations lift a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because of this pandemic. The initial plan is still to kind of get over there about 4 or 5 times each of the 2 years that I'm in the program, for research purposes and other
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I'm still hoping I get to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the travel bans will lift pretty quickly here. But also, this is not the first time that I've been to the University of Edinburgh campus.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Scotland 3 times before, just on extended vacations.
Mm-hmm.
So I know my way around pretty well.
Okay. So have you considered, I guess you really have two options, traveling back and forth when you need to for research, or
Hmm.
trying applying for a student visa and finding housing and staying there for the 2 year period of time. Um,
Hmm.
which I think your student visa is only a 6 month thing, but you could reapply and reapply as long as you're a student and stay out of trouble. They probably renew, renew the visa. So, what you're leaning more towards the traveling back and forth as opposed to the residency?
For at least the first year,
Okay.
and it'll also give me time to maybe save up some money and apply for grants or scholarships, and then hopefully the second year, or at least the second semester of the second year,
Mm-hmm.
I'll hopefully be able to live there full time, and just have constant access to their archives and library materials.
Wow, wouldn't that be great?
Hmm.
Well, if you see Ewan, please tell him I said hi.
Will do.
Do you know who I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
McGregor,
Oh, yeah.
train spotting.
Right. Train spotting. Yep. Yep. Train spotting. Yeah. How fun is that going to be? That's going to be great. So, uh, heading over maybe the beginning of September, depending on travel, but maybe able to do some of that orientation stuff like online. Um,
Yeah.
okay, good. That would really be great. So you're not delaying the start of the program or anything.
Yeah,
So
it's been really reassuring through this crisis that the University of Edinburgh has sent me a few emails reassuring me that my position is still secure
yeah.
and that nothing's going to drop on my head
Oh, that's great.
for next school year.
Yeah.
So.
Really, what more can you ask for? And Nate, what is it you are going to be studying? What are you going to be spending your time studying?
So as part of the 6 classes, or the 6 core seminars, in the program are kind of electives. It's up to me.
Okay.
I'm hoping to kind of spread it out, through a broad, geographical and chronological, content frame, because I want to get as much, experience, with historical knowledge as I can, to be better equipped to teach over a broad,
Okay.
um, array of courses, I guess. But my master's dissertation is going to be on Father Francis Gleason, who was a Catholic priest in the second battalion of the Royal Munster Fusiliers. It was an
Mm-hmm.
Irish battalion in World War One.
Wow.
Fought in Belgium and Paris, or
Wow.
Belgium and France.
Belgium and France.
Yes.
Wow, that sounds so interesting. Yeah, I'm also not only a McGregor fan, but I'm also an Outlander fan. And in the historical sense, I mean, the history is just amazing. And
Mhm.
talking about so many centuries ago that it's just it's kind of odd to compare our life now to what that must have been like, and in just the simple fact that they were challenged in so many more ways than we are right now. And yeah, it's fascinating, and I think you'll really enjoy it. I think it'll be very satisfying. So good luck with that. And I
Thank
want to congratulate you as well on achieving graduation on both your degrees. So what kind of advice would you give to undergrads at Western about their academic pursuits and their plans, future plans after graduation?
I guess the first thing I would tell them is that it's okay if they don't have it figured out. I mean, everybody kind of, it seems like the whole world expects you to have a plan right out of the gate. And it seems like I've kind of had a plan this whole time, but really I'm just making it up as it goes along. I just kind of consider all of my options, and if one door closes, I just force my way through another door. And I'm pretty adaptable that way. But I guess the second piece of advice I would give is don't be afraid to dream. Um, a lot of people think it's pretty daunting to get the opportunity to travel like I have. And I mean, yeah, there's times where I worry if the financial ends are going to meet, but I make sure that they do. I work really hard through jobs and applying for scholarships and everything to make sure that I can have these opportunities because I think getting out and seeing the world just makes you a fuller person.
Yeah, so you're so right about that. And really this is what everyone who works in higher ed, faculty and staff alike, hopes for all of our students is that they are able to find the confidence, and maturity through through their college experience that will take them out into the world to take on the challenges that we're facing today and be mindful of how humans can evolve into different in different ways and take on those challenges that can really lead to some very meaningful and long lasting effects. And that's really what I'm seeing with your graduate degree that you're talking about. And speaking of faces too, Nate, your face has been all over the Western campus for 5 years now. So I'm just going to mention a few things. And like number one, I know you've been in the Senate. You were president or vice president of what do you call it? Student union, student
President of the Honors Student Association.
president of the Honors Student Association, a trio mentor,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
A tutor in the Learning Center.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, you will be missed next year. People that you have made friends with, including faculty throughout campus, and students that you've worked with, not only in Senate, but also in the Learning Center, are going to miss you. So I will say that I definitely will, and it's been an honor and a pleasure to know you over 3 years. I feel that I could always depend on you, and you were always accountable for your actions and as an employee, and I had a great work ethic. So I wish you a lot of luck, and I know, speaking for myself and students that you worked with, we will miss your expertise in paper reviews. And in Chicago, particularly, because yeah, you did manage to learn that type of writing style and really excel in it. And I know that you help students with who are taking history classes, but I also know that you helped yourself too, because now that you're in a grad school program, you'll probably be a Chicago writing style expert. Seriously. I mean, and or APEA. Either way, what you've been doing as a tutor is going to help you as a grad student for sure. So I wish you all the luck in the world, and keep in touch and let us know how you're doing.
All right. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Nate.